I met her when I had nothing. No money, no connections, no future anyone would bet on. Just a small apartment with cracked walls, a second-hand laptop, and a dream I refused to let die. Her name was Emily. We met in the most ordinary way possible, standing in line at a coffee shop on a rainy Tuesday morning. She complained about the weather. I joked that rain was just the sky reminding us to slow down. She laughed. That laugh stayed with me. We talked for 10 minutes, then 20, then an hour. By the time we walked out, coffee cold in our hands, something had already started. Emily wasn't rich. She didn't pretend to be. She wore simple clothes, spoke softly, and looked at people when they talked, really looked. When I told her I was working 2 jobs and trying to build something of my own, she smiled and said, "I like men with dreams." That sentence hooked me deeper than I realized. Our first dates were cheap. Walks, late-night diners, long conversations about life, childhood, fears. I told her about my past, about my father leaving, about learning early that nothing is guaranteed. She told me about growing up watching her mother chase stability instead of happiness. "I don't want that life," she said. "I want real love." I believed her. God help me, I really did. We moved in together after 8 months. The apartment was tiny. The heater barely worked. The neighbors argued loudly every night. But it felt like home. We cooked together, burned meals together, argued about stupid things and laughed 5 minutes later. When I stayed up late working on my project, she brought me coffee and kissed my forehead. "You'll make it," she whispered. "I know you will." I started believing it too. I worked endlessly, early mornings, late nights. Rejections stacked up like unpaid bills. There were months when money was so tight we counted coins before grocery shopping. Emily would hold my hand and say, "It's okay. We'll figure it out." She said money didn't matter. She said love was enough. And when someone says that while looking you in the eyes, you don't question it. Success doesn't arrive loudly. It creeps in quietly. A small breakthrough, then another. A client who believes in you. A deal that finally goes through. The money didn't change everything overnight, but it changed enough. Emily noticed. She started talking differently. About places she wanted to travel. Things she wanted to buy. A better life. At first, I didn't think much of it. Dreams evolve, right? But slowly, something shifted. She began spending more time on her phone, comparing herself to others, following influencers, luxury lifestyles, people who lived lives far beyond ours. "Don't you want more?" she asked one night. "I want this," I said. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. His name was Daniel, older, confident, rich. She met him at a networking event she insisted on attending for us. He drove a car worth more than my entire life at that point. At first, she mentioned him casually. "Daniel says I should invest." Daniel invited us to a party. Then it became just Daniel. She dressed differently, stayed out later, smelled like a new perfume I hadn't bought. When I asked if something was wrong, she said I was paranoid. "You need to trust me," she said. So I did. That was my mistake. I found out the truth by accident. A message, a notification, a name lighting up her phone while she was in the shower. "Can't wait to see you again." My heart sank before my brain caught up. I confronted her that night. She didn't cry. She didn't deny it. She didn't even apologize. She just said the words that destroyed everything. "I need security. I can't wait anymore." I asked her if she ever loved me. She hesitated. That hesitation hurt more than any lie could. "I loved who you could become," she said. And then she left. Just like that. The apartment felt hollow. Her mug still on the counter. Her jacket still hanging by the door. Silence louder than any argument we ever had. I blamed myself. For not being rich enough. For not being faster. For believing love didn't come with conditions. But pain does something strange to a man. It either breaks him, or sharpens him. I chose the second. I worked harder than ever. Not for revenge. Not for her. For myself. Months passed. Then years. The project succeeded beyond expectations. Deals closed. Numbers grew. Stability became reality. Money came. Real money. But by then, I had learned its true value. It reveals people. It doesn't change them. I saw Emily again 2 years later. She didn't look happy. The luxury had faded. The smile was forced. Daniel was gone. Replaced by someone else, then another. She looked at me differently now. "You changed," she said. "No," I replied. "I just became who I was always meant to be." She asked if we could talk sometime. I said no, not out of anger, out of peace. Love isn't proven when life is easy. It's proven when there's nothing to gain. Emily chose money over love. And that choice cost her the one thing money can't buy: loyalty, growth, and real connection. As for me, I didn't lose her. I lost an illusion. And that loss gave me everything. If you stayed until the end, remember this. People who love you won't abandon you when times are hard. And those who leave for money were never meant to stay. If this story touched you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch more full stories on the channel. The next one might change how you see love forever.